Hello, my name is Dr. Gerald Gannod, and I am the chair of the Department of Computer Science at Tennessee Tech University. I'm going to share with you some work that we did this summer with some high school students to prepare the campus for social distancing through the analysis of campus pedestrian patterns. This is part of an experience for those students through the Govs School for Emerging Technologies. This program runs every year, and it brings the top high school students from across the state of Tennessee to our campus for a month-long experience. This year, of course, we had to do this virtually. We had a number of students that worked with us on this particular project. Their names are listed here: Carolyn, Adam, Rhea, Katie, Theo, Kevin, Claire, Isabella, and Catherine. So we want to thank all of them for the hard work that they did on this project this summer. The problem that we posed to them was this: if we make some recommendations to the university, we want to know things like, are there risks that occur or are inherent based on those recommendations? So whatever those policies may be, we want to know whether or not it's going to be easier or harder to follow those. We're especially interested in looking at things like building entrances and exits and hallways and staircases. Most of what I'm going to present here has to do with stairwells. The work that the students did was supported by and large through an open source simulation framework that they use. The name of this system is Vadere, and this was developed at the University of Munich by Kleinmeyer and colleagues. So one example that the students worked on was this idea of moving up and down stairwells. And we wanted to know whether or not we needed to designate certain stairways as either one-way traffic flow or two-way flow. And as they did that, they were looking at things like, what is the minimum width for hallways or minimum width for stairwells? In this particular example, they were looking at this problem of excessive crowding near the interior railing of the stairway. It's natural to move up and down the stairs in this way, and so trying to find a solution to how to prevent excessive crowding. And so through simulation, the students developed this particular solution of implementing a waiting area on the landing of each floor. In addition to coming up with this solution, the student ran simulations for both of these variants of the scenario to determine whether or not there were excessive collisions between the various avatars that move up and down on these floors. There were a number of recommendations that the students made. The example that I provided to you was just one of them. All of these recommendations happened through a process of developing some type of hypothesis using the simulation system to determine whether or not there were observations of various violations of social distancing. And so in these recommendations, these include things like identifying up and down traffic flow for stairwells, the waiting area solution that I just shared with you, amongst a number of other ones that aren't listed here. This also included looking at various problems of being able to enter and exit buildings while also trying to maintain support for ADA compliance and ADA access for buildings. Finally, I want to thank Ania Jennings, Omari Smith, and Justin Medley for their work in mentoring these students, and I thank you for your time.